everyone. This set of videos is going to be going over how to play rhythm guitar in a 4/4 time signature. I have a set of videos that goes into explanation of the 4/4 time signature and note values that includes clapping along with exercises. It is a good idea to participate with this set of videos if you're a beginner so that you can gain an understanding and sense of coordination without the complexities of having to involve the guitar. If you have done those videos, you're ready to move on to this set of videos. We are going to be covering the 4/4 time signature and the note values within. I will also show you how to take your sense of coordination that you develop with these exercises and begin to create your own sense of coordination on your own without the aid of me or a metronome. We will be using the Pro Metronome as a drum app for these various exercises. Please be sure to use that metronome from time to time in your practice routines so that you are sure to develop a sense of confidence and consistency. The most important thing with these exercises is to have fun and to enjoy the process of learning something new about music and guitar every day. If you can get into the headspace of being positive about learning something new, you are sure to enjoy every day that you have with the instrument, and you are also sure to improve upon the skills that you're learning with a sense of positive motivation. All right, let's get straight to it. In this video, we are going to be going over the chords E minor, A suspended 2, D suspended 2, C major 7, and G major 6 in the open position. These are some of the easiest chords to make on the guitar. If you're a beginner and interested in increasing your vocabulary of beginner chords, I have a book called Chord Warm-Ups for Beginner Guitar, Book 1. This book is laid out in a way to ensure that you have retention in your vocabulary by providing tons and tons of exercises for you to play. It also ensures that you get plenty of opportunity to switch between the chords that you're learning, as well as being able to hear each chord clearly as a result of making it the resolving chord for its set of exercises. Let's go over the skills that you're going to need to be able to participate with these exercises. The first one is really very simple. You just lay your left hand on the guitar very gently so that you're not actually pushing the strings down, and when you hit the guitar or strum the guitar with the pick, you get a nice percussive sound. If you squeeze too hard, you're going to get this sound. So just gently lay your hand on the guitar so that you get this nice percussive sound. If you want to just practice that a bit, that would be a great way to begin your sense of coordination. The other skills that we are going to need for this video and for these exercises is being able to play a few chords on the guitar. We're going to go over some of the easiest chords there are to play. The first one is E minor. You take your first finger and you put it on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, that's the note B, and your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, that's the note E. You can also, if you want, instead of using fingers 1 and 2, you can use fingers 2 and 3 to make an E minor like that. Either way will work just fine. You're going to strum all 6 strings, and you want your strum to sound nice and crisp, like that. So you can practice this strum. What you don't want your strums to sound like is more arpeggiated or broken like this. When you're being creative, you can use that technique. But during the exercises, you want everything to sound nice and crisp. So again, we're going to strum all 6 strings on an E minor. The next chord that we are going to go over is A suspended 2 or A sus 2. We're still going to use just 2 fingers, except this time we're going to put our first finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, that E right there, and our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. We can also use our 2nd and 3rd fingers to make this chord as well. In the A sus 2 chord, we want to strum from the 5th string out. We want to avoid hitting this 6th string if we can. Now, it is okay to hit that 6th string. It doesn't sound horrible, but in order to develop the accuracy that you need to be a good strummer, I would strum from the 5th string out. Remember to make the strum nice and crisp, and don't arpeggiate it like this. Okay? You can use that arpeggiated technique when you're being creative, but during the exercises, you want to be sure to make everything nice and crisp. And I accidentally hit the 6th string just then. The next chord that we are going to use is going to be D suspended 2 or D sus2. Now we're going to use our first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string on that A right there. And we're going to use our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. You can also use your first finger here on the A, 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you can use your 3rd finger on that 3rd fret on the 2nd string. That's actually a little more comfortable. And you're going to strum from the 4th string out this time, making your strums nice and crisp. It is not a horrible mistake to accidentally hit some of the other strings with this chord, but you do want to try to develop the sense of coordination that it takes to accurately strum only those 4 strings. Remember to keep your strums nice and crisp. Don't arpeggiate the chord during your strums. Again, you can use that technique and any other technique that you find when you're being creative. But during the exercises, you want to keep your coordination crisp and accurate. Another chord that is really very easy to make in the open position that we can use with these exercises is C major 7. So you put your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string on that C, and your 1st finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 4th string on that E. You will only strum from the 5th string out with this one to be sure to get a nice pure C major 7 sound. Be sure to make your strum crisp and don't arpeggiate it. Nice and crisp. You can use any technique you want when you're being creative. During the exercises, keep everything coordinated and focused in the manner that it needs to be so that you can develop a great sense of coordination. One more chord that we're going to look at for these easy exercises is G major 6. It looks very much like the C major 7, except now we're going to put our 2nd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and the 1st finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. This makes the G major 6, and you get to strum all 6 strings with this one, so it's easier. Make the strums nice and crisp. Don't arpeggiate the strum. Again, you can use any technique when you're being creative, but when you're doing the exercises, you want to stay focused on the skills addressed in that exercise to help you develop a strong sense of coordination. So keep the strums nice and crisp. We are in a 4/4 time signature. That means that there's 4 beats per measure and the quarter note gets the beat. The first exercise that we are doing is going to be whole notes. That means there's only 1 strum for every measure. So we're going to put our hands over the strings like this. We're going to count to 4 over and over. And we're only going to strike the strings on beat 1. I suggest you keep your hand nice and relaxed. You're going to see that my hand kind of bounces around with the rhythm. Just keep your hand relaxed and make sure to hit on beat 1. You will develop a stronger sense of relaxation and coordination as you progress through these exercises. I will count to 4 one time and we will begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This exercise needs to be comfortable and easy for you before you move on. Let's do this same exercise with the drum machine. We have it set up at 75 beats per minute with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, and snare on beat 4. I will count to 4 one time and then we will begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that exercise comfortable and easy for yourself. Now that we have scratched and counted with the metronome, let's do an exercise with the metronome where we scratch on beat 1, but we don't count out loud. We just know where to strum because we're aware of the beats. I will count to 4 and then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be sure to get each exercise comfortable. As you move forward, the exercises are going to get more complicated. You want to be sure to have confidence in what you're doing now so that when things become more difficult, you'll be ready for it. We are still in a time signature of 4/4 and we are still using whole notes. This time, we are going to use the chord E minor as the source for our exercise. So let's do this with counting first without the metronome. Keep your strums nice and crisp. I will count to 4 and begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, when you're practicing this at home, you can go for longer than we do in the video. I'm keeping these exercises short and sweet so that for the sake of the time of the video. Be sure to practice it until it becomes comfortable and easy for yourself before you move on to the next task. Now let's do the same exercise but with the drum machine. The drum machine is set up at 75 beats per minute with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, snare on beat 4. I will count to 4 and then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be sure to get counting and playing that as comfortable as you can before you move on to the exercise where we will be playing along with the drum machine without counting and knowing where to strum. So let's get into that exercise. I will start the drum machine, then count to 4 and start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that comfortable? Be sure to make nice, crisp, and strong strums on that E minor every time you do. Have fun. We are going to do the same whole note exercise, but with A suspended 2. With A suspended 2, we are putting our first finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. That's an E and an A. You can also use your 2nd and 3rd finger to play this chord. Remember that you're strumming from the 5th string out. It is helpful to look down and watch your right hand. That is not considered cheating. Please do that and make sure that you're mindful of where your hand is by using your eyeballs. Make your strums nice and crisp like that. And if you make mistakes, if you accidentally hit the 6th string, it's okay. Do not let your slight imperfections keep you from participating with the rhythm. If you are constantly hiccuping as a result of small mistakes, you'll never experience the flow that it takes to play rhythm consistently. So please be easy on yourself and allow yourself some imperfections. You will find those imperfections to be helpful later when you are being creative with the guitar. I will count to 4 and we will begin the exercise. You are going to see that I am using my eyes to maintain where I'm strumming. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. Keep your right hand nice and relaxed as you're working through these exercises. Be sure to make this exercise comfortable and easy for yourself. And also remember, the most important thing is to have fun. Now let's do the same exercise with a suspended 2, but with the drum machine, counting out loud for every beat. The drum machine is on 75 beats per minute, with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, snare on beat 4. I will count to 4 and begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use YouTube to slow this video down if you need to. Be sure to find tempos that are comfortable for you. If I'm going a little too fast, slow yourself down, slow the metronome down. Instead of going 75 beats per minute, slow it down to 60 or even 50. Whatever is comfortable for you. Now let's count whole notes with a suspended 2, and we are going to do this without counting out loud. We are going to play along with the drums and know where to strum because we are aware of where beat 1 is. I will count to 4 and then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your right hand relaxed as you're playing through these exercises. Learning to concentrate and focus on it to keep it relaxed is a very good idea. This is also something that slowing down will help you to do. If I'm going too fast and you feel tense, then maybe you need to slow down so that you can relax some. Relaxation is where rhythm and music exists. You cannot play when you're tense. If you want to test this, put your right hand out in front of you, wiggle your fingers without tensing up your arm. Then flex every muscle that you have in your arm and try to wiggle your fingers. It is really very difficult to do. It's much easier to move fluidly when you are relaxed. So be sure to concentrate and focus on being relaxed as you play these exercises. Now let's do the same set of exercises with D suspended 2. I'm going to play the D suspended 2 with my first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. To me, that's more comfortable. You can use your 2nd finger to play this note, but I find the 3rd finger to just be a little bit more relaxed. We're going to be strumming from the 4th string out. Be sure to use your eyes to make sure that you're aware of your strums. Keep them nice and crisp. Keep your right hand relaxed. If you need to slow down to relax, that's awesome. Slow the metronome down to 50 if you need to. Slow the video down with YouTube. Be sure to be relaxed and remember to have fun. I will count in 1 time and then we will begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice that my right hand's kind of moving with the tempo. That's because I'm relaxed and just allowing it to move. I'm not forcing it to do that. Let's do the exercise now with the drum machine, counting on every beat. The drum machine is set up at 75 beats per minute with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, and snare on beat 4. I will count to 4 and then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do this exercise with the drum machine without counting every beat. We are going to strum on beat 1 only because we are aware of where it's at as a result of the exercises that we've done up until now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay to make mistakes. If you accidentally hit the other strings, it's okay. Allow those mistakes to happen and the imperfections to happen as you're participating with rhythm. The most important thing is to begin to sense the flow of how the rhythm is happening. Once you get into that space where you're feeling it and moving, you are perceiving the rhythm and beginning to see it. Your coordination and your sense of making clumsy mistakes will diminish over time as you continue to practice and play. Having fun and enjoying the positive forward momentum of learning something new every day is the most important thing. Let's learn how to play whole notes with the chord C major 7. Remember, your second finger is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, that's a C, and your first finger is on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. That's an E. Keep your strums nice and crisp. We're strumming from the 5th string out. Keep your eyes on your pick if you need to. That's definitely a good idea. And keep your strums nice and crisp. If you accidentally hit the 6th string, when you're playing the exercises, that is okay. Allow the imperfections to happen so that you can sense the flow of the rhythm. And when you're being creative, these human imperfections will work to your advantage. I will count to 4 and then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get hip to the metronome, playing whole notes with C major 7. The metronome drum machine is set up at 75 beats per minute with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, snare on beat 4. I will count to 4, then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can practice this for as long as you need to at home. You don't have to just keep it short like we have here. Remember to keep your right hand nice and relaxed, and if you make mistakes, just let them happen. Don't sacrifice the sense of flow and rhythmic participation because you've made some little tiny clumsy mistake. They're just not that big a deal. Now let's get hip to the drum machine. We're gonna play along with it without counting out loud. The drum machine is set up at 75 beats per minute with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, and snare on beat 4. I will count to 4, then begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be sure to participate in these chord exercises and admiring the beauty of the chords as well. Staying relaxed at a good tempo is very important. Letting the beauty of the sound of the guitar envelop and get into your heart is also something that is very important. Enjoy yourself and have fun. That's the most important thing. We're getting into whole note exercises with G major 6. Remember, G major 6 has your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string on that B right there, and your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string on the G. Remember to keep your strums nice and crisp. This particular chord, you can strum all 6 strings, so it makes it much easier with your sense of coordination. Keep your hand relaxed, slow down if you need to. We're going to count and play without the drum machine first. I will count to 4 and begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get hip to the metronome or drum machine. It's going to be at 75 beats per minute with a bass drum on beat 1, snare on beat 2, bass drum on beat 3, snare on beat 4. I will count to 4 and we will begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get hip to playing with the drum machine without counting every beat. I will count to 4 and begin the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Staying relaxed, having fun, these are probably the most important things for you to remember to do. If you need to slow down the video in order to be relaxed, that is perfectly fine. If you need to slow down the metronome in order to be relaxed, that is perfectly fine. Be sure to have fun and enjoy the positive momentum of learning something new every day. All right, so we have had some experiences with whole notes and developing a sense of coordination. Let's take that sense of coordination and be creative. In order to be creative, we are going to forget about the notion of time signatures. We are going to forget about the notion of whole notes. We're just going to play the guitar and try to tell a little story with the percussive elements of strumming the guitar. You're going to notice that the stories begin with the spacing of my strums further apart. They'll get closer together and then they'll get further apart again. This will make a nice little story and arc. This is how we create the conflict resolution with rhythmic ideas. Remember, when I'm demonstrating this, you are not trying to copy what I do exactly. You want to come up with your own sense of coordination and rhythmic relationship to your creativity. You do not have to copy exactly what I do. It may be helpful to try to copy a little bit, but be sure to try to venture out and make your own ideas. The first thing I am going to do is demonstrate how to do this with scratching the guitar. Here we go. When you're making your improvisations and telling your own story with these chords, be sure to realize that I am repeating a lot of rhythmic ideas. It is a good idea to repeat ideas when you're improvising, and especially with rhythm, because often songs will have the same repeating rhythm over and over again. So if you land on an idea that you really like, try to repeat it and do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do something new. That's a really great way to come up with cool ideas with music. Very cool. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to tell a small rhythmic story with the chord E minor. You can get creative by trying to switch chords if you have that skill. If you're just a beginner and you haven't quite started switching chords yet, that's okay. Just keep the one chord like I do in this example and have fun being creative and developing your own sense of rhythm and consistency. Here's my little rhythmic story with E minor. Now let's tell a story with A suspended 2. I'm going to slow the pace down just a little bit. I even used a little bit of arpeggiation of the chord at the end instead of making crisp strums. Now I'm going to use D sus 2 to tell a little story. Now let's hear C major 7 as a little story. These little stories may seem simplistic to you, but that's okay. When you're first learning to speak a language, you're going to use simple words. Here's a little story with G major 6. I like each story to try to have a big ending so that there's a sense of drama and bravado. Have fun, that's the most important thing. Enjoy being creative. It is a little bit awkward to be creative in the beginning because it's something new. Just allow yourself to experience it. Remember, you have years of listening to music. That experience will come out while you're being creative. Be open-minded and have fun. That is the most important thing. Enjoy the forward momentum of learning something new and experiencing something new every day with music. Now let's be creative with the drum machine. This is a little bit more difficult, so if you're having trouble with this, just be creative without the drum machine. Not a big deal at all. I'm going to do my best to keep it simple and easy. Again, we're ignoring the idea of whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, all that stuff. Just play what feels good in the moment. I'm not going to count in or anything. This is just a demonstration for what you can do on your own. If you want to copy a little bit of what I do, that might be helpful, but be sure to come up with your own ideas. Sold that big ending. Now let's do the same thing with A suspended 2 with the drum machine and just have some fun. Here we go. A suspended 2. That was fun. You can hear my dog barking. All right, so now let's do D suspended 2. Remember, we're going to try to strum the 4 strings out. But if you make a mistake, it's not that big a deal. Just try to get in the groove and feel it and have some fun. Here we go. That is just a lot of fun to me. Being creative is just where it's at to me with music. All right, let's do C major 7. Same thing. This time, I'm going to use the rhythm from Jingle Bells to start this particular improvisation and rhythm. It's Christmas time when I'm making this video, so why not? Here we go. Starting out with a little Jingle Bells rhythm and then just moving into whatever ideas I want to make. That was super fun. Now one more with G major 6 with the drums and we'll call it. I am making these progressively more difficult, so this one will have a lot more strums in it. You do not have to be complicated. The most important thing to do is to have fun and enjoy the process. Here we go. I have had a blast putting this video together. I hope you enjoyed the whole note exercises, increasing your understanding of rhythm, and I hope that you are enjoying the prospect of being creative and finding your own path for rhythm on the guitar as well. Dealing with these academic concepts like whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, time signatures, will give you a deeper understanding of rhythm so that you and your own voice and your choice of style of music can grow in depth and purpose. Have a fantastic time with your guitar, always have fun, and enjoy learning something new every day.